Sorry, guys. I wasn't even in studio. But hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Glad you guys are here with me. Let me make sure that my audio has the right mic. Okay, there's the right mic. So, welcome, everybody. If you're watching on the replay, just type hashtag replay in the comments. So that lets me know you're watching on the replay. For whatever reason, I was like talking to myself and I hadn't even brought myself into frame. So there's that. But welcome. So glad you guys are here with me. Okay, wait. Can y'all see me? Yes, you can. Okay, y'all can see me here on Instagram, right? Hey, Andrea. All right. So what I meant to do was I meant to put myself in. So you guys, I am using StreamYard for this stream, and I should be able to. I want to see if I can do this now that I'm here, because on StreamYard, what you're able to do is you're able to like put the way that you're showing up. So I want to try to do my background. There we go, layout. Okay, I'm trying to do a vertical layout because I think I should have done this before I went live, but I did not do that. Um, yeah, let's see. Switch layouts. Let me click all that. Oh, hold on. Yeah, I was trying to put myself. Um, nope, I can't. Sorry, guys. Normally, I could like come in and make myself like more vertical, but right now it's showing up horizontal. But I forgot to do that before I hit live. But I'm glad you guys are here. Let me pull down everything so I can see everybody. Hey, I see everybody on Instagram. Everybody say hi on Instagram. Let me do this real quick. I'm changing the screen so I can see everybody. All right. So then we're also live here on TikTok. If you guys are here on TikTok, say hi. Let me know that you are here. Let me bring TikTok into frame as well. Okay, bring that into frame as well. Because right now I'm streaming on all the platforms all at one time, but I can't see all the comments at one time. So on Instagram, I can see the comments. On TikTok, I can see the comments. But on StreamYard, I can see Facebook comments, LinkedIn comments, Twitter comments, and YouTube comments. But so I have three different like windows that I have to open in order for all that to work. Okay. So hi, Sarah with Pacific Patio. Glad that you're here, Sarah. Welcome, 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 everybody. 1 second. I'm getting everybody here on screen so I can see everybody. All right. Okay. So welcome. It is Monday, February 26th. I'm excited because our 3-day challenge opened up today, which is like super awesome. But I'm here today to specifically talk about getting started building a brand on social media. Okay. Because I don't know about you guys, when I first got started on here, it was just like, felt like the Wild Wild West, the Wild Wild West. So, first things first, y'all tell me who you are, what city, state, or country you're watching from. That way I know who is here. And then if you are fairly new to building your online brand on social media, you can type a 1. Okay. If you're fairly new to building your online brand on social media, I want you to type a 1, and we're going to have a conversation about all those things. I will go ahead and put up, I forgot to do this earlier. I'm going to go ahead and put up a link to our 3-day challenge. If you want to join us, it's going to be awesome. I'll put the link up here and I'll leave it on the screen here the entire time. And then, you guys can join as you see fit. Okay, so I see some people saying that you're brand new. Okay, got it. All right, so let me do like a quick introduction of me. So many of you guys may have met me, in the last year or in the last 2 years. Hey from Texas, but I've actually been building an online brand since I think it was 2016. That's when I got onto Periscope. If anybody here knows about Periscope, just type a money bag in the chat. Okay. If you're familiar with Periscope, just type a money bag in the chat because, I got on there to make money, and I didn't know what I was doing. Obviously my name is Kenya Kelly Griffin. Most people knew me as Kenya, but I was saying to myself, trying to figure out like, how can I get started building a brand? And kind of the first thing that I decided to do was I decided to choose my name. Right. And so Kenya Kelly is my middle name. So I decided, hey, money bag. So I decided to go with Kenya Kelly. And honestly, I didn't know what I wanted to teach people. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just knew that I wanted to make money online. I knew that I was hearing about people making money online. I didn't know really what that looked like for me, but I knew that I saw other people doing it and I wanted to try to figure out how I could do it too. So I just started out on Periscope, just talking about what I knew about personal branding and building a business. At that time, I was working a full-time job. I worked for Sprint Corporate, and that was it. And so I wasn't selling anything. I would just show up and I would teach. And eventually, I invested in somebody's coaching program and I started to learn some things about building an online business and being a consultant and teaching people based on all my years of knowledge, because I spent many years in corporate. And so I was like, well, I'm going to teach based upon my knowledge of sales and all that. And that's when we started to build my business back in 2016. Hey, Tamara. And so it has been quite the journey, to say the least, on social media. I don't know about you guys, but I deal with it sometimes where I am like, I'm doing all the things, but I'm not getting my desired result, right? Or even now, as the platforms are evolving, you have those moments where you are creating content and it used to perform extremely well and then is not performing as well. And you start to doubt yourself, you start to doubt your abilities, you start to doubt if anybody cares. You start having all these things. If any of y'all can relate to what I'm talking about, just type a money bag in the chat. You're creating the content, you're posting the content, and like, it's just not doing what it is that you think it should do or you want it to do or whatever. And ultimately, it's not leading to you making money, right? And all of us have dealt with that. We've all felt those feelings of that, me included, And one of the things that I wanted to talk about today is, of course, getting started. Okay. So if you're just getting started with social media, you can just type me. Okay. And let's go through a conversation with this. So when I think about social media, it is a place where people are spending their time to receive what they came there for, right? So if they're coming to be entertained about fashion, then that's what they're looking for. If they're looking for comedy, then that's what they came there for. If they came there looking for a company where they can buy a dress from or earrings from or lipstick from or whatever, then that is what they came there for. That's what people came there for. Now, we have a desire to show up there and market to those people. We have a product or service that we want to market to those people, right? And because of that, we are the commercial to their entertainment, right? Let me give you an example. Let me see. Okay. So these are the people. They came on social media to get this. This is why they came, right? And then this is us. We are trying to sell something. Like, for example, I just got this in the mail. Super excited about this. Shout out to Ecamm for this. I just got this amazing camera from Ozbot, right? And so let's just say Ozbot is trying to sell their camera, right? Well, that's not why people came on social media, okay? People came on social media because they are for their own reason. So we are learning how to reach our people. Okay. So here in 2024, it is really important. Like I'll show you what I've been doing. So over the last couple of days, one of the things I have been doing is reevaluating the things that we do, right? So you see all the little notes. You can't probably see it because the little light or whatever. So just reevaluating some of the things that we've been doing, right? And the whole purpose of that is not because I don't want to do what I was doing anymore. No, that's not the reason. The reason for that is because I need to make sure that I am talking directly to my people, the people that have come in contact with me because of social media, because of an event or whatever. I have to make sure that I am clear about those people. At the same time, I have to make sure that I am clear about my business. My business is the most important part. right? Not social, but my business. And so my business, my focus, how I serve people and all that is the most important. And then I go, okay, I've got to figure out like about my people again, making sure that I am understanding my people, my person and all that. And then I begin to develop some type of marketing strategy to reach those people. Okay. And so that is what we need to do, what you need to do when it comes to like creating content on social media. You have to know what your goal is and who it is for, right? And then you can develop a strategy for that. Okay. Are there so many things you can do to reach your people on social media? Absolutely. There are so many things you can do. Does that mean you need to do all of them? Absolutely not. Okay. I want you to type not in the chat. Absolutely not. You do not want to be doing everything to reach your people, because if you're doing everything, then you're going to do nothing very well. Okay. If you're trying to do everything, then that means you're going to do nothing very well. Okay. So here's one of the things that I know that I can do it in my sleep: live stream. Okay. Y'all probably was like, you're probably thinking about TikTok, but the number one thing that I can do in my sleep, like coming and going, is live stream. Okay. So if I had to stop doing every single thing that I've been doing from a social media standpoint, email is number one, but social media wise, the number one thing that I would focus on is live stream. Why? That is how we started on social media. That's how we built an audience from scratch, has been live stream. Okay. So that's the number one thing that I would do. Okay. The second thing that I would do would be short video marketing. Hold on. I got my window open and I also got allergies. And my throat is like, here's what we're not going to do. So hang on one second. Okay. I may have to do that a couple times. But it would definitely be short video marketing. And the reason why is because of people's attention span. Okay. Now it's because of people's attention span. So some of you guys will be here for a long time. Some of you guys will be here listening and multitasking, right? Who here is here, but you're multitasking? If that's you, just type me in the chat. You are here in this live stream, but you are multitasking. Type me. Okay. The only reason why I'm not multitasking is because I got to focus. I'm here talking to you. You know what I mean? So Stephanie already said me. Okay. Felicia already said me. Chantel said me. Okay. And so the reason why, hey, Kawana, why short video is the second thing that I would focus on outside of live stream, hey, girl, is because it's short. It's short and to the point. It gives me, hey, Will, it gives me an opportunity to reach you like this. Okay. And then if you watch another one, I can reach you like this. Right. And then another one like this. Okay. And I am able to create short, bite-sized pieces of content and try to move you to the next phase. Okay. And try to move you to the next phase, which is maybe sending me a DM, commenting, following, DMing, and maybe into my email list, right? And short is like I'm able to do a lot of different things, right? So, for example, today I have intentions to film some different content, right? Now, what I have been looking at is my schedule, okay? So, let me look at my schedule. So, I have a bunch of different meetings that are happening here today, okay? So, y'all can see that there's a lot going on all the way until 6 o'clock, right? So what's happening in my head is I'm saying to myself, where here am I going to have space to create content? Right. And so I'm like, probably between 4:30 and 5. Right now, between 4:30 and 5, that's 30 minutes. How many pieces of content can I create? I can probably do 10 or 15 videos. I know some of y'all like, what? If that shocked you, I want you to type wow in the chat. Okay, what I just said was that I want to shoot some short videos between 4:30 and 5. How many videos could I probably shoot in 15 minutes, 30 minutes? I said about 15. Okay, so 15 videos in 30 minutes. Okay, type wow in the chat if you're like, whoa. Okay, thank you guys. Okay, how in the world can I shoot 15 videos in 30 minutes? Listen, most of my videos will be under 1 minute. There will be some that will be 1 minute, but most of them will be under 1 minute. And I develop a content plan for what I'm going to shoot. Right. So the thing about when it comes to creating content and then reaching your audience is once you know what you offer as a company, who you're offering it to, right? Then creating is the easier part. Doesn't mean it's easy, but it's an easier thing to do. Okay. Now, also, guess what? Inside of my phone and in a document on my computer, I already have a long list of videos that I plan to record. So, what happens there? Well, what happens is now I have a plan of what I need to film. So, when I stand up and start filming content, I'm not trying to figure out what to film. And I can do this. Okay. I remember this one time I have a coaching program called Implement where I teach you how to implement things or whatever. And one of the parts of that program was us filming content live. And I told them that I was going to film, what was that? What did I tell them? 10 videos in 10 minutes. I think that's what it was. Something very short. 10 videos in 10 minutes. And so we turned on the live. I turned my computer to be where so they could see me with my phone and my ring light and all that. So they were watching me over here and I was filming here. And they watched me film 10 videos in 5 minutes. And like when I went back to the Zoom, they were like, I am overcomplicating this. And I was like, yes, you are. Because I filmed 10 in 5. So just now, when I told y'all I could do 15 and 30, that was me like just playing around. I didn't want to overwhelm y'all. But in 30 minutes, I could probably do more than that. But I'm not going to force myself because I'm getting onto a class afterwards. But I'm like 15 videos in 30 minutes, I can do that. Right. But how is that content going to serve an audience of people? Well, before I start the whole filming thing, you got to go to the appointment. Before I start the whole filming thing, I am first focused on, as a company, what are we focused on? This is my notes. Okay. Who are we serving with what we focus on? And what are my ideas of content that I can create? Okay. All right. Now, because it's not enough to just shoot content. You have to be very intentional about it. Because listen, let's do a quick poll. How many of you all will say that there are people today, you were on your phone, right? And you scrolled past at least 2 videos. Okay. You saw it scroll and you just scrolled like without even really looking. If that's you, type a 1 in the chat. You were on your phone or desktop and you scroll past at least 2 people's videos. You just went scroll, scroll. Tell me if that was you. Okay. So there's a bunch of people here on TikTok that said that they did. There's Amika here on YouTube. She did. There's people here on Instagram. They did. Now, here is the deal. When it comes to marketing on social media, not everybody wants to hear this, but I'm going to say it. It is your responsibility to learn how to be a social media marketer. Listen, it is your responsibility to learn how to be a social media marketer. What does that mean? Let's go back to my illustration. Your people are coming here for this, not you, not me, not us. And so they're there for this. We have to learn, how do I attract them? How do I get them to look at me, look at my content? That is our job. Okay. It is not the algorithm's responsibility. It's not TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. That is our job. This is us. Is to figure out strategies and creative ways through process of elimination, through trial and error of what works to get our people to pay attention to us. That is our job, right? Listen, it kind of reminds me of online dating, okay? Like, let me see. So I'm gonna say two things because anybody here Christian, y'all know I'm a Christian. I go to church. If you're Christian, just type Jesus in the chat. Well, no, don't type Jesus. It's gonna send you a link. It's gonna listen when you type Jesus on Instagram or Facebook, it sends you to like my podcast. So I'm not trying to promote the podcast, but you can type that since that's what I said. So y'all just type Jesus if you're a Christian. Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. So if you are single and you want to use online dating to attract a potential person, it is your responsibility to create a profile to attract the person you are looking for. That is your responsibility, right? I'm not saying you got to be showing everything because I'm not about that life. But what I am saying is that first photo, that first level of text has got to attract the person you're trying to attract. Listen, I know some of y'all Jesus people. Okay, another example about church. This is what I always like to tell ministers, preachers, pastors over, whatever. Listen, Jesus is awesome. We love him. We love him, right? And he gonna do what he gonna do. He got his ways of doing things, right? But here's the truth. You have a church, right? And you want to attract people to your church. Listen, don't get it twisted. God is going to send people there. But it is also your responsibility. Somebody say amen in the chat. It is your responsibility to how can we create, if you're using social media, content that is going to attract the people that will be attracted to my message. That is your responsibility. Okay. And I don't mean that negatively. I mean that in the sense of we have a desire. We have this thing, this offer to share our products and services, to sell them, whatever. We have to invest the time, energy, and sometimes money to learn how to be a social media marketer. Because the algorithm does not hate you. The algorithm don't know you, right? So I'll give you an example. Terrible. For the last 2 years, I have been marketing about TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook. And I have been ignoring the fact that TikTok and Instagram don't get along. They're not friends. They have two totally different CEOs. And so over the time, I've started to see where Instagram is like, she's talking about TikTok. We're not showing her content. And I was like, oh, it's a fluke or whatever. And I finally just recently said, Kenya, Instagram does not want you coming on here talking about TikTok, right? So stop talking about TikTok on Instagram and talk about TikTok where they allow it, and talk about Instagram Reels on Instagram, right? So I couldn't blame the algorithm, whatever, right? I had to blame me as a strategic marketer, right? And I guarantee you over the next 30 days, we're going to see an increase of results on my Instagram account. Why? Because I'm no longer going to talk about TikTok there, right? As a post or whatever, right? So it's my job as a strategic person to learn social media marketing for my business, right? Now, this is what will tell you guys. Listen, when I was broke, I spent money to learn. When I had a little bit of money, I spent money to learn. When I had a little bit more money, I spent money to learn. Because here was the deal. I knew that I had something great. I knew I had something great, but I knew that nobody knew I existed, right? You have something amazing, amazing, but you have got to learn how to get people to know that you exist. Okay. Like, how many of y'all watch the Super Bowl? If you did, type of football in the chat or just type NFL or something in the chat. Listen, Temu was the number one, what would I say? What I call the MVP of Super Bowl commercials. Temu. Why? Not because their commercials were the greatest, but because Temu bought five or six different spots during the Super Bowl because they knew their people would be watching. They are like, we know you're here. You're going to be here and you're going to watch this game. I am going to get in front of your face and make you know that I exist and I am a legit company. Listen to me. I was in a Super Bowl party and this lady was just like, I didn't know Temu was a real company. I thought it was fake. I was like, oh no, girl, I got this from Temu. And I was telling her all the things I got from Temu. And she was just like, she was in shock. What is that doing? That's making her very curious about buying from Temu. And Temu said, we know that we exist. We got something great. Our job is to make you know we exist. So we gonna go and spend all this money and we gonna reach you. I can't even imagine how much money Temu is making because of that, right? I'm not saying we got to have Temu money. I'm just giving you an example of they knew that they're trying to make people know they exist. We all know that Shein exists, and they're like, how do we make y'all know about us? That it could be owned by the same people. We don't know or whatever, right? I don't know. But that was their job, and they did it well by commercial after commercial after commercial. So when you are thinking about showing up on social, you have to determine it. You got to come to terms with it in your mind and in your heart that it is your responsibility to learn how to market yourself, your services on social media. It doesn't have to be hard, but it does have to be intentional. Okay. It does have to be intentional and you will get better over time. I mean, I know people that have like exploded suddenly, right? And I know people that have grown over time. Me, I'm in for the long suffering. There wasn't an explosion suddenly. I've been doing this for a long time and I keep going and I keep trying to improve every single time. And I just keep trying to improve and learn and invest and learn and learn. Does that make sense? Because the only way I'm going to get better is me investing time and energy learning. Okay. All right. And so I'm here today because I want to help you be successful. Right. And you're here on the live because for whatever reason you came. So I'm just curious, what made you guys decide to come into today's live stream? Sorry, my bra strap is like doing the most. Okay. What made you guys decide to come into the live stream? I know I haven't been live in a while. I had surgery. I'm trying to recover and catch up and all the things, but I'm here today. But what made you guys decide to come in here? I guarantee you somebody came in here because you're like, she going to teach us something. I'm going to be able to come in and ask questions or whatever about marketing, TikTok, Instagram Reels, whatever, right? And so it's my job to present myself in a way that you find what I share valuable. Right? People came here today to get tips on how to market. I know you teach a lot about that. Yes, I do. Thank you. Dr. Renita, I need to be known. I know you know the things. Let's go, Dr. Renita. I'll be trying, girl. Trying. Need to regroup on my social media strategy. Cassandra? Wait, Cassandra. I think that's how you say your name, right? I think so. That's a beautiful name, though, by the way, because I love the way you teach. Ha! Thanks. I love it. I just found you right after I put a video on. That's awesome. What's up, PJ? Let's go. You just found me. I'm here. You consistently provide value. Thank you. I said your name right. Okay, perfect. Okay. This is why we are here, because I want to help you. Y'all know anytime I am live, I am like, how can I serve? So I want to open up for some Q&A. Okay. Thank you. Great teaching. Thank you. I need to hear your enthusiasm and energy. Thank you. I definitely do have a lot. I think I have a hot flash coming on. No, I have hot flash. The heat is on. Okay. So I'm like, I'm not having a hot flash. Okay. All right. What questions do you guys have? Okay. Now I'm very excited because while I wait for the questions, I am really excited because today is like the opening day of our 3-day challenge. Okay. We haven't had a challenge since it's been a long time since we have had a challenge. Okay. So today is a day where you guys can sign up if you want to join us. Okay. So I'm gonna wait for questions, but I'm going to go and tell you guys about the challenge. So we do this thing called the 3-day Instagram Reels and TikTok challenge. Okay. And it's basically where you join me and hundreds of other people for 3 days. Okay. And I teach every single night for an entire hour for $27. Now I'll just tell you the price, but so we can get that out of the way. Okay. So every night for 3 days for $27. Okay. And so it's an hour every single night. And I teach you that same night what I taught you. I then issue you a challenge. And I say, okay, go and create an Instagram reel or a TikTok video utilizing what I just taught you. Okay. Because I am teaching you how to be a strategic marketer using short form video. And so then you do that. And then you bring the link back to the group. And then we're looking at it and everybody's cheering you on and all that. And we do that for 3 straight days. And the whole purpose of the challenge isn't to help you grow a following. The whole purpose of the challenge is to help you make money. Okay, y'all type a money bag in the chat. Okay, y'all find a money bag and just type that in the chat. That is the 100% purpose of the challenge, is to make you money. Now, of course, through the process of marketing, you're going to grow a following and all that type of stuff. It's going to happen. But the bigger thing is, how do we take your efforts and make you money? Take your efforts and make you money, right? And so I love the challenge because some people that have never made money make money. Some people who have not had a following grow for a long time start to grow a following because they learned these things of how to do all the things. Thanks for the money bags. Yes, let's go, guys. So there's a money bag. Okay. So that's exactly the whole focus of our challenge, is to teach you to do that. And so I remember, like, one of our first challenges, we had one girl, she had a video that was going viral and she hadn't made any money yet. And so she was in our VIP, and I asked her questions about what's going on with it or whatever. And I gave her like one tip. I said, okay, go and do this. Now, I told her the tip, but everybody saw me teach her that. Like, hundreds of people saw me teach her that because she asked the questions and I said it. And the next day she came back and had made $2,000 because of one little tweak of what we told her to do in the challenge. She came back by day 3 and had made $5,000. Why? Because she applied what we were teaching her, made some tweaks to what was happening. Boom. Right? And what most people need is, some need the basics and some need little tweaks, like just little things to do here and there. And then it explodes from there. Okay. So that is the number one focuses of our challenge. Yes, you're going to grow a following. I think, was it Dr. Anna gained 80,000 followers in 3 days. Right? So the following is going to happen 100%. 80,000 followers in 3 days. Like Kathleen, it was, what did she gain? 50,000 followers in 24 hours, and 20,000 people joined her email list from one video. Right? And all of that happens because of what we do in the challenge. Okay. So I'm very excited because the challenge is now open. So if you guys are here, we would love you guys to join us. So anybody watching on Facebook and anybody watching on Instagram, if you just type the word challenge in the comments, we'll send you a DM. Okay. So Instagram and Facebook, if you type the word challenge, we'll send you a link, a message to the link. Otherwise, it's here on screen. Okay. KeaKelly.com/challenge. All right. We'll go back in a second. Let me answer some questions. So I see questions on TikTok, but I don't see any questions here on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. If y'all got questions, feel free to let me know. And then those of you guys that are on Instagram, if y'all have questions, just ask me. Okay, let's answer some questions. How can I promote my artwork, paintings, trading cards, stickers, and more? Okay, so when it comes to selling a product or service, there's 2 types of selling. There is hard selling and there is soft selling. Okay. Most times when we're doing hard selling in our videos, the platforms don't like it unless you're running paid ads. If you're running paid ads, it's not a problem to do hard sales. But when you're doing organic marketing, right, the software knows you are selling. And so what you will normally experience is that you will find yourself getting less traction on the content where you are hard selling. So it is best that you try to do as much soft selling as possible. Meaning, let's just say you do paintings, like you said, you have artwork and paintings. An easy way to sell is to paint in your videos, right? So for example, you like, how do I describe it? So let's just say you're like, let's just say this is my canvas, right? And I am, I'm literally going to paint this thing, and this is what I'm going to do. Well, you can set up a light, a tripod, at a distance, and then you can turn your phone on time lapse, okay? And it could film the entire process really fast, okay? And then you can edit that video some, and then you can post that as an actual video, okay? And then you can say, like, as they're watching the video in the caption, you can say how they can purchase it in the caption. You can say, like, if you want a custom artwork like this, visit my profile or things of that nature. But oftentimes when you show somebody how something is being done, or for example, I just got this in the mail. I was gifted this from Ecamm and Ozbot. Instead of me trying to sell this, because I don't have to, but if let's just say I was an affiliate of theirs, right? I'm not, but let's say I was. Today I'm not, but let's see. I could easily, a soft sell way to sell this would be to show it. So I could film myself taking it out of the box, using what it could do. I could show my screen. I could show my my camera with it before the Ozbot, my camera with it after the Ozbot, and all. I just can film it without ever saying, go and buy this, right? And then people watching that video will say, whoa, what is that? How can I get one of those? So then they want one of those, right? Or they may go to the link or what have you. Or I can say, just type the word Ozbot in the chat and I'll send you a link, right? So instead of me trying to hard sell the camera, it could be happening as I'm just showcasing it, right? So I feel like one of the people that I love that is doing it, whether people know that she's doing it or not, is Michaela on TikTok. So Michaela is a makeup artist. She's an influencer, big influencer. And oftentimes she is showcasing herself, utilizing different products. And she will say, this is my favorite foundation. This is my this or that. And she'll put it on and she'll show you. She'll be like, oh my God, look at my eyes. And people may not even realize that she is promoting that what's it called? What's that stuff called? Eyeshadow. And she's promoting that eyeshadow. And you're like, oh my God, that's a gorgeous eyeshadow. And then what you're doing is you're pausing the video to find out what the eyeshadow is. And then you go and buy the eyeshadow. She didn't tell you to go and buy it, but she presented it in a way as she was doing her makeup that made you go, I'll take that. Does that make sense? That's a soft sell, right? So that's a strategic way you can do to market yourself. Okay. I find it hard to do intentional social media videos without coming across as a salesperson, as a realtor. Well, no, because there's so many creative ways to do that. So, for example, I am in the process of moving back to Houston this May, right? So from San Diego, I am online. I'm watching videos. I'm looking at properties. I'm on Instagram, looking at like content and all that. And one of the properties or property realtor companies or whatever, they have just been showcasing themselves in units. They're not trying to sell you the unit, so to speak, but they're showing you, thank you. They're showing you the views. They're showing you the finishes. They're showing you all these different things. And guess what? If you're interested, you're going to reach out to get that. Right. But they never said, fill out an application. They never said, apply now. No, they just showed you what's going on. And you are like, either you're in it or you're not in it. Does that make sense? So again, this is about learning how to be a strategic marketer, which takes time, right? To learn that. And that's some of the things we're going to be teaching you guys on the inside of the challenge. Okay. So listen, I strongly encourage y'all to join the challenge. Another question. Wow. Now I know why my week-long lives get no reach. Great information. Let me see. Dr. Renita, how do I help leaders understand that they can lead better when they already think they are great? Okay, here's the deal about that. If a person doesn't think they have a problem, you can't help them. Listen, y'all, how many of y'all agree? If you agree, type a money bag in the chat. You cannot help a person who don't think they have a problem. You can't. Okay, so you've got to find people who acknowledge that they need help and are willing to work with you to help them get better. Right? I was just having a conversation with somebody over the weekend, and we were talking about somebody who was just going bananas about all these different things or whatever. And the person is trying to guide them, and they don't think that they have a problem. And so, because they don't think they had a problem, the conversation kept going round and round. I said, well, it's probably time to tell them that you don't know how you can help them because they're not presenting a way you can help them. Right. And so what has to happen is that you can't, like, it's like me. I can't help you make money on social media if you don't think that you have a problem with social media. You know, a person who does not want to learn Instagram Reels or TikTok, I can't help them. If they come into our challenge and don't want to learn, how can I help? You know what I mean? Let me see. I even like when realtors share about neighborhood happenings or community landmarks. Agree. There's so many creative ways to show up as a realtor, right? All y'all dropping the money back in the chat. Thank you guys. You know, it's for real. You know, how do I soft sell patio cover products? I don't know specifically how to do that. But if I think about I think about sometimes you got influencers who they may show you like a before and after type of thing where they're like, they just moved into this place and they're on their porch and they're like, it's not, you know, they just kind of like, they give you this feeling of like, I'm dissatisfied with how this looks. And then they may put their hand on the screen and then there's a transition, or they like snap their fingers and then now boom, they showcase their patio covers with like their tables are out there. They got a drink out there. They're hanging with their friends. They got their wine or whatever. They're showing it. It's not fun. It's drab. It's not fab. And then it completely changes to like a whole different type of scene, right? Same thing, you know, like we see people who are marketing themselves as a social media marketer, right? And one of the smart strategic things that they do is they may show themselves with like coming out of a bed outfit and then it snaps and they're wearing something beautiful. The color is good and whatever. That's strategic ways. I'm not saying you got to do all that, but that's an option. Okay. Awesome. You like that. Okay, perfect. More questions. I got about 5 more minutes. Okay. Also, you guys want to join us in that challenge? Listen, the challenge is $27. 27. Okay. Normally I charge $500 for an hour, but for $27, you'll get me for 3 hours. Okay. Okay. For $27, you will get me for 3 hours. Okay. So if you're watching on Instagram or you're watching on, who's that? If you're watching on Instagram or you're watching on Facebook, then you can type the word challenge. Okay. If you type the word challenge on Facebook or Instagram, we'll send you a link in your DM. Otherwise, if you're watching wherever else, you can just go to kenyakelly.com/challenge. Do you teach ManyChat in the challenge? I will not be teaching all the ins and outs of ManyChat because that's way too complicated. It's way next level inside the challenge, like way next level for like a person that's like, I just want to get started on Instagram Reels. You know, I should also get my price up too. Probably, Calvin. Any thoughts on my inability to no longer edit inside of TikTok? Ooh. Here's what I will always say. I update my TikTok app and Instagram app every week. And then once a month, I'm always checking my phone for updates to my phone. So try to do those. Try to update your TikTok app and try to update your phone. Don't delete your TikTok app if you have videos in drafts, right? Just update it. Like go to the app store and update it. Is promoting online programs or workshops the way you did is considered soft selling? So soft selling as it pertains to my courses or whatever, right? So hard selling is me saying, I have this amazing course. You should sign up for it. Link in bio, da-da-da-da. That's hard selling, right? Soft selling is me doing a green screen, talking about, here's my client, Dr. Anna, when she first started with us, this, when she finished, she did this, and it's been amazing. That's soft selling. I didn't say sign up with me. I talked about what happened with Dr. Anna as a result of being connected. Okay, I'm not sure what's happening there with try powering off your phone and getting it back up, because it sounds like you're experiencing a glitch. Because if TikTok doesn't like your content, they'll just take you off platform. They'll just ban you. There's some kind of glitch you got going on. I had to close down my business due to relocating to a new city. I haven't had to rely on social media until now. I'm struggling with posting a video introducing myself, being the face of my business. Okay. So what question do you have about that? How do you do updates? So I have an iPhone. I go into the app store and I type in Instagram. I tap on Instagram and then it will say update. If there's an update, then I just hit update. And I do that for all the platforms. How did you find your tribe online? Listen, the way that I found my tribe was through live streaming. Live streaming. Showing up every single day in 2016, live streaming. Every single day. When I started on TikTok and I finally got the live feature, I was live streaming every single day. That's the only way I was able to, what is happening? That's the only way I was able to connect with people. Because it was like, I mean, listen, you could create short content, which I am 100% about. But also, I love live streaming because when you're on live, people get to experience you live. They get to hear you, feel you. They get to ask you questions live. People that are asking questions live get their answers, but everybody else that's watching get to hear you and your expertise or whatever, right? And that causes people to build like, know, and trust factor a lot faster, right? So I do short video, I do long video, but if I had to do away with everything and the only thing I could do, I would live stream. Because listen, how many of y'all, let's just see if there's one person. I just want to see if there's one. How many of y'all would say that listening to me teach here live for the last 45 minutes has caused you to feel like she knows her stuff? If there's anybody, I want you to type a 1 in the chat. Okay. You may have just came on or you've been on the whole time, that you've been watching me the last however long. And you were like, yeah, this girl knows her stuff. If that is anybody, just type a 1. Okay. And every single time, thank you guys in the chat. Y'all like 1, right? And so same thing goes for you. If this was one of your ways and you showed up on a regular basis and you were serving, even if there's one person watching or 2 people watching, listen, I had so many times that nobody was watching, like nobody. And I would just show up and depend on people would show up for the replay. Because I was determined to understand that, like, nobody may be showing up right now, but they will eventually. Does that feel good? No, it feels terrible. It feels absolutely awful when nobody is there. It just does. But guess what? Here I am today having the same conversation on Instagram, on Facebook group, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and on TikTok. Still showing up. Are there thousands of people here watching? No, I don't care. You are here. And the fact that you are here, we are here. Does that make sense? And so it's the same thing. All right. It's about showing up on a regular basis. Okay. So if I get on live stream making things, will be good. Potentially. I listen, anytime you're live, it's giving people an opportunity to experience you. So we have one of our students who hadn't sold anything, nothing. And she kept trying to market herself on TikTok and it wasn't working. We were giving her strategies and people were watching the content or what have you. Then she started to live stream. And so accompanied with her live stream and with her content, people started to buy her products and she sold many since. And she's like, oh, okay. So in addition to getting better with her short content, she started to stream and people started to buy on live stream. And so she's figured out, okay, like these two together work really well, but she wasn't making anything until she started that journey. That makes sense? Okay. All right. So you guys, I have another meeting I have to go to and I need to go. What time is it? Oh, I'm supposed to be in a meeting because I gotta go for a walk too. I'm like, so much stuff's going on. So listen, I will come back here again tomorrow. Yes, I'm on StreamYard and chatting with you guys. If you guys are not following me yet, please follow me here. But also, again, our 3-day challenge is officially open. It opened this morning at 6 a.m. And we would love to have you guys. Okay. Again, this is me teaching you step by step how to market your products and services using short video marketing. Okay. We're going to be talking about Instagram Reels and TikTok. Okay. For 3 days for $27. Okay. The link is here. It is kiakelly.com/challenge. It'll also be in my bio link. But if you're watching on Facebook or you're watching on Instagram, you can just type the word challenge and then it will send you a link in your DM. Okay. All right. Okay. So that's it, you guys. I got to get ready for my next thing I got to go to. And I'll chat with you guys later. Okay. All right. Bye, guys.